Are you looking for the best live streaming gear for smartphones? Well, whether you're on an iPhone or an Android, in this video we're going to run through the best smartphone setup. So that's things like microphones, tripods, and other live streaming gear to help you get the best results on your Facebook Lives, your YouTube Live, or your preferred streaming platform. Hey, it's Justin Brown here from Primal Video, where we help you amplify your business and brand with video. If you're new here, then make sure you click that subscribe button, and all the links to everything we mentioned in this video, you can find linked in the description box below. So let's jump into it. Now, whether you're using YouTube Live, Facebook Live, or you're streaming to another platform, your iPhone or your Android smartphone can be one of the best tools for the job. And even better, with just some simple smartphone accessories, you can quickly level up the quality of your live stream with no extra work. So we've tested a ton of smartphone accessories over the years, and in this video, we're gonna run through my current pick for best setup for live streaming on both iPhone and Android. So there's no need to make notes as we go through this video. We're gonna include links to everything we mentioned in the description below. And while you're watching, let us know down in the comments, what is your number one smartphone accessory that you can't live without when creating videos? So the first piece of gear we're gonna look at is a tripod. Now, a tripod is one of the easiest ways to make your live streams look more professional because it's going to remove any shake or jitter from hand holding your phone while you're live. So wherever possible, I would say try to get your phones out of your hands and into something like a tripod to hold it steady. Now, if you don't have a tripod, then use a bookcase, rest it up against something, sit it in a tree if you have to. Whatever it takes, get your phone out of your hands to get a more professional looking live stream. Now, obviously with tripods, they're a great way to do it. Now, they obviously come in all different shapes and sizes. So for a small portable tripod, I would recommend something like the Archon tripod. These are a great little portable tripod, and they come with the phone holder as well that will rotate between portrait and landscape. Another great portable cheap tripod is something like the Takama Flip Zip tripod. Now, the great thing about this tripod is not only is it small and easy to travel with, it also doubles as a selfie stick, a monopod, and a regular tripod as well, going down to a low height to use on a desk or right up to standing height if you want a freestanding tripod. So the idea with the tripod here is to set it up at the correct height, whether you're going to be standing or sitting, and get your hands off the device. Now, using something like the Archon tripod, or the little mount that comes with the Archon tripod, which is also sold separately, that'll give you the flexibility, no matter which tripod you're using, to mount your phone either portrait or landscape, so that you've got the options if you decide to mix it up. Okay, so the second thing we're gonna look at is the audio. Now, what I would say is the audio is actually probably more important than the video itself. So definitely pay attention to your audio. If you've got bad audio, it's gonna make it really hard and really distracting for your viewers to stick around and to watch your live streams. Now, when it comes to microphones for getting good audio on your smartphone, there are a heap of options, and you've got a few different types of microphones. You've obviously got the built-in microphone, which will work if that's all you've got. But I would strongly recommend that you look at some of these other options to really take things up a notch and to help remove a lot of those distractions or things like background noise that can ruin your audio. So you've got different microphone options like a lapel or a lavalier microphone, and those are the clip-on ones. You've got shotgun or directional microphones, and you've also got wireless options as well, like wireless lapel or lavalier microphones. Now, we have done quite a few videos on microphones, and I will put a link to a video covering our top recommended microphones for video in general. But when we're looking at smartphones, and specifically smartphones for live streaming, the ones that I would recommend to look at would be the Boya BYM1, which is a wired lapel or lavalier microphone. It sells for around the $20 price point. If you don't want to be tied or tethered to your phone, or a lapel or lavalier microphone isn't what you're after, then you could look at a mini shotgun microphone, something like the Rode Video Micro. It's an amazing microphone. Or if you're after a wireless setup, then you could look at the Rode Filmmaker Kit. Now, the beauty of phones these days is that we can pretty much connect almost any microphone to our smartphones for getting great audio. So no matter what the microphone is, there'll be some sort of adapter that you can get to connect through. Now, if you are on an iPhone, anything from a 7 and up, and you have the newer phones, then obviously you will need to use that Lightning to 3.5mm or Lightning to headphone jack adapter that came with your phone. Or if you've lost it, you can definitely pick those up aftermarket as well. Now, obviously the other piece of the puzzle is with some of those microphones, you will need to look at some mounting options to mount that shotgun microphone or that wireless setup alongside your smartphone. And ideally it's mounted on the tripod right next to your phone. So there's a great piece of gear called a hot shoe extension bar. So what you'll do with that is you'll actually attach that to the tripod, and then you've got room there to mount your phone mount on one side and your microphone on the other side. And again, all the links to everything that we're mentioning here will be down in the description box as well. But these extension bars aren't just limited to holding your phone or your microphone. You can actually use them for our next piece of gear that we're looking at as well, which is lighting. Now, lighting is another one of those critical elements of videos. Not only does it help your shot look good, it can also help your viewers consume your content by making it more aesthetically pleasing or easier for them to watch. So the idea with lighting is you can get really complicated, and I will put a link to some lighting videos that we've got up in the cards. But the overall fundamental key, or the most important part of lighting, is to make sure that your subject or whoever is speaking or presenting in your videos is lit well, so that your viewer can connect with them and the message that they are delivering. So these days there's some really great small portable lighting options that are great for filming with your smartphone because they're small, they're light, they're easy to travel with, and they've got decent battery life as well. So our top 2 recommendations for small portable lights is the Aperture Amaran ALM9. It's an amazing little light with about a 2-hour battery life. And the other one is called a Lytra Torch. Now this is again a crazy bright, super small light that is aimed actually at the adventure or the action sports industries because it's waterproof, it's drop proof, it's a crazy little light. Now we'll put some links up in the description talking through some portable lighting options, but those are 2 that I would recommend right now. Now, obviously, if you don't have any lighting, then you can always use whatever you have around. Use a desk light, use a lamp, whatever you've got to get your subject or yourself lit well. If you've got nothing else, then sit in front of a window or use sunlight. Just make sure that you are lit well for your videos and for your live streams. Okay, so we've covered off tripods, audio, and lighting. The next category is really additional gear or extra stuff that you can use to take your live streams up a notch. Now, the first one we're going to look at is the Osmo Mobile 2, which is a gimbal stabilizer for your smartphone. This will work on both iPhones and Android phones, and it's essentially a stabilizer, meaning if you're going to be walking around, it's going to hold your phone rock solid and take any shake or any jitter out of it. So if you are doing live streams where you're walking around and talking to your audience and connecting with them that way, then this is an awesome addition to your toolkit. Now, another piece of additional gear that you can use to take your live streams up a notch is a wide angle lens. Now, just clipping a wide angle lens onto your smartphone camera is going to give it a much wider shot, which is actually a lot closer to what you would find if you were using a DSLR or another camera and creating videos that way. So these are perfect if you're going to be doing something where you want to show off some really nice scenery and you want to get a heap of it in there, or maybe you want to show off a room and get a lot more of that in there. It's perfect for real estate and things like that. But also, if you're going to have multiple people in your live stream, then a wide angle lens is going to give you so much more room and flexibility so that you don't have to pretty much sit on top of each other in order to both be in the shot. So the one that we currently recommend that works on both iPhones and Android is a Teco brand lens. And again, links will be down in the description, but this one should work on most smartphone cameras because it is huge, but it's got really decent quality glass and there's minimal distortion or warping, which is the biggest thing that you'll find on cheap end wide angle lens adapters. So there's none of that on this one. And the last piece of additional gear isn't really gear, it's an app. And I'm sorry, iPhone users, this one is only for Android users, and it's an app called Oratory. Now this thing, if you've got an Android phone, is an absolute game changer. So much so that if you've got an iPhone, you may want to consider getting an Android phone just for this app. Now, definitely not sponsored or anything like that, but this is an amazing, amazing app, and it is a real game changer because what it lets you do is turn your phone into a teleprompter. Yeah, we got that on iPhone too. No. This will let you convert your phone into a teleprompter with an overlay of your script or your dot points or the things you want to cover off in your live stream and move it up next to your camera and still have your Facebook Live, Instagram Live, or any other app open and running underneath it. So there's no other app out there that lets you do this, and there is no app that comes close to doing anything like this on iPhone or on iOS. Now for me, I think this app is an absolute game changer. Whether you are used to using a teleprompter for your videos or whether you just want to have a couple of dot points on there, maybe you're doing a live stream about a product or a product launch or something where you really don't want to miss anything. You don't have to look away at notes. You can have your dot points right up there underneath the camera. And really, if you wanted to write out a full script and read it word for word, you can position those dot points right up against the camera lens so that you're able to read word for word and your viewers will still think that you're looking and talking directly to them. So an amazing app. Unfortunately for right now, it is only for Android users, but it's called Oratory. So those are our top recommendations for live streaming gear and apps for live streaming from your smartphone. Now, if I had to prioritize these things, I'd probably say go with your audio first, upgrade your audio gear first, then tripod, then closely followed by lighting. So at least if you've got your audio and your phone stable, then you can use a window, use natural lighting, whatever you've got in the house or your office to get the lighting done. But these things are compounding, and the more of them you can tick off, and the more of them you can improve in your live streams, and your live streams are going to get progressively better that way. All right, so that's live streaming. Now, if you're looking to get better results while you're filming, then check out the videos linked on screen, all about filming on iPhone and on Android and getting better results with those two. And I'll see you soon.